Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Here we are. Another great Wednesday. And look at this. Instead of a sundress where I look like I'm naked, look, I actually have clothes on because how did we go from in Colorado, 93 degrees to um, 30 some degrees? That's crazy. So, how's everybody doing? How are you? How's everybody? I am so excited because today let's talk about the fact that you don't really need to be going hunting outside of yourself to lose weight like you oftentimes think you need to. No, it's actually very unnecessary. And I want to talk to you today about why. Why do you not need to go hunting and looking outside of yourself, and that you have all the gifts, the strengths, the know how to lose weight all within you? Absolutely every single one of you. And I know this for a fact, and you're going to prove it to yourself today. Hello. I know. I was just saying it doesn't look like I'm naked today. Right, Kate? Doesn't look like I'm naked. How is that? I actually have clothes on. I'm not wearing a sundress where my hair covers everything and then you just look like I'm naked. I actually have clothes on. Well, that's what happens when it's 30 degrees in Colorado. 2 days ago it was 90 some degrees. Now it's 30. Crazy. Hi, Miss Karen. Hi, how are you? Oh, I love seeing you all so much. Oh, it makes me so happy to see you. Okay, well, let's dive in because I know that you're here and I know you want to get working and I want to get working with you for you. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so many of you, I often hear people say things to me like, I'm broken. There's something wrong with me. I can't figure this out. This is hard. This is a struggle, right? Like there's something outside of them that they're just missing. And it's like, oh, if I could just grab that thing, I would be in great shape. If I could just hunker in to that thing, I could finally lose weight and see amazing results. But I want you to think about something. I want you to think about the fact that you already have everything that you need to lose weight right inside of you. You are not broken. Here's how I know this to be true. And I want you to get out a piece of paper because this is going to be important work for you to be thinking about and doing. Hi, Miss Danielle. Happy to see you. Michelle, so good to see you. JD made it. Kate, so I love seeing Kate. Yeah, it's 30 degrees here in Colorado. It went from 90 to 30 in a day. Crazy. Okay, so I want you to get out a piece of paper, and what I want you to do is I want you to write out what is something that you've wanted to accomplish desperately in your life and you made it happen. It could have been a degree, and you feel free, share away. Hi, Gina. Gina, so good to see you. Paula, so nice to see you. Okay, what have you tried and you've accomplished? What have you tried to do and you've accomplished? Maybe it was that you wanted to you wanted to go to college and you graduated college. Maybe you wanted to get your PhD or an advanced degree and you made that happen. Perhaps you wanted to win an award, or you wanted a promotion at work, or you really wanted to get married and find an amazing human to live with for the rest of your life, and you found that person. What is it that you've wanted to create and you've made happen? Share with me. I want to know, what have you created inside of your life that you really wanted and you made it happen? You got your MS in nursing, your nursing degree and your MS. Awesome. What else? What else? I want to see others. What have you wanted to create for your life, for your, where you've had a goal, whether it's even a financial goal where you're like, I want to make so much a year. I want to start my own business. I want to become a coach. I want to get the schooling. right? What you got the lead in a play. Amazing. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, where you really wanted something and you made it happen for yourself. You wanted to have kids. Maybe it wasn't easy to have kids, but you kept working on it and figuring out, do I need to do IVF? Do I need to, what can I do to make this happen? And it happened. Um, I did my own bachelorette show and found my husband. You're 11 married. Yay, that's so cool. Yes. So bought a house. Yeah, that's so good, Kathy. Like you wanted to buy a house and you made it happen. You really, really saved up to make it happen. Okay. What were some of the beliefs and thoughts? Ooh, I trained for and ran a marathon. That's awesome. So when you think about these areas of your life where you've been really successful, where you made something happen that took some effort, took some work, like learning Spanish fluently, getting a BA in business, first place in a bowling award. I love these. What was the thinking that you needed to have inside your brain to make it happen, to keep moving you toward that goal of speaking Spanish, of getting a BA, of joining a boot camp, of running for a marathon, of getting a house, even buying a car that you want to have, getting the lead in the play? What is it that you said to yourself? Promotion at work, beautiful, Paula. What did you say to yourself to make that happen? Nothing is impossible. Love that, Melissa. Awesome. Nothing is impossible. What did you, and just, I want you to just free write, everybody, just free write. What did you say? What were the words you used? Switching career paths, that's a biggie. Yeah, that's awesome. Just don't quit. No worries that you're late. Katie, so happy you're here. Yay, we're thrilled to see you. We're talking about, Katie, what did you say to drive yourself to achieve the goals you've had in other parts of your life? I'm driven by goals and competition with myself. I never give up. Okay, see that power, Diane? Like, just feel that. Why not me? Ooh, that's a good one. Why not me? Things like, I can make it happen. Just do it. I will win. I'm capable of doing this. I can. Okay? This might be hard, but I can do it. All of those are the words, right? Those are the words and the phrases that you use. Okay, now when things got hard, led off Broadway once, acted in a British film, and met my adorable husband, wrote and put on a play, worked without, right? Like, okay, amazing accomplishments. When things got hard, what did you focus on? I want you to, like, yes, the words, but also, what did you focus on? What did you see in your mind? You've accomplished almost everything that you've ever wanted except losing weight. I've been trying for almost 20 years. That's okay. We're going to make it happen. Gina, we're making it happen. Let's do this. We're doing it. What did you see when things were tough, Gina? What did you see? What was the vision that you saw ahead of you? Whether it's going out for that role, asking for a promotion, graduating college, getting your advanced degree. You told yourself, if so-and-so can do this, so can I. I've done X, I was successful, I can do this too. Graduated college with engineering degree. Psh, amazing. Awesome, Katie. What did you focus on? Okay, you didn't give up. You focused on the outcome. You focused on, did you focus on like I wanted to get my degree. I was just like, okay, I'm going to make it happen. It just wasn't even an option for me. It was like, just keep going. Just go. You're doing it. You're doing it. And if it was hard, I'd be like, yeah, it's hard. So I didn't, all things that I want to create are not going to be simple always, right? I focused on the love I had for the arts and the inspiration and inclusion it could provide others. Ooh, beautiful. Picturing myself in a role I auditioned for. So you use visualization for you that you wanted, dress up in the character, the audition within the, yes, great. So you used your mind. Hi, Roberta. I've done hard things before, so I can do this. Great. So you can see the combination. Some of you visualized it. Some of you have the end goal. Some of you had the words, and some of you had the thoughts, and some of you felt it. Okay, great. You're proving the point that you all used your dominant senses. You either saw it, vision of dominant sense, or auditory, you heard it in your head. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I got this, I can do this. Or you felt it, right? I know I can do this. This feels important to me. I'm inspired, like Lizzie was saying. I'm inspired. This is meaningful to me. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. So see, you had these three dominant senses that were working for you to accomplish your goal. Okay? So now we know you have these tools in your toolbox. That's why when I say with weight loss, you already have these tools. These are the exact tools that are needed in this box of weight loss. Exact same thing. Okay? You need to see that end goal. You need to be clear of your end goal, right? Where are you going to? Now, some of you feel very inspired and motivated by a certain weight, seeing a certain weight on this scale. Some of you are very inspired by a certain size, clothing size. Some of you are inspired more about the feeling of being healthy and vibrant and feeling good in your clothes, or feeling active, feeling strong, feeling like an athlete. Some of you are inspired to be thinking in a way and really hearing the words and feeling confident and with self-esteem and body esteem. Some of you are motivated by being a mom. Others of you are motivated by being a grandma and wanting to be around for your kids or grandkids. Some of you, so we all have these different motivators, right? Some of you are moving away from something. Like, oh, I was told I could be diabetic, or I am diabetic, and I really want to move away from that. Or I've worked with lots of people who have had, heart disease or whatnot, and they've had surgery and they're moving away from that. Okay, so you could be moving towards something or away from something, depending on your type. Okay. So knowing this, we know that we have all these pushes and pulls, but where did they all start? They all start inside. They all started with your goals inside of you. You experienced something, you wanted something inside of you. When it comes to weight, what are you telling yourself about how you can lose weight? Are you telling yourself you can do it? Are you telling yourself you've got this? Are you telling yourself if someone else can do it, so can you? Are you telling yourself it's fun and easy and enjoyable, or that this is the thing you really want to make happen? Or do you have the right words inside of you that when there's a day where you're just having a rough day, you don't take yourself out of the game? There were times in college, right, where I was like, oh, that was a bad test. I don't do very well. In fact, I remember I was great at chemistry, really good at chemistry in high school. I was pre-med in college, and that was fairly short-lived after I was like, I like psychology way more. But I was pre-med, and I was taking this chemistry for pre-med students, and I was terrible. I couldn't understand the teacher. I had no idea what was being taught. I was like, I remember for my final, I was like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right? Thank goodness my lab partner was really brilliant. And so that's the only way I squeaked by with the C. Now, did I give up on college because I was terrible? Did I give up on the dream of graduating? Now, I may have changed majors, just like we do with our bodies. I may need to change what I'm doing, but I just kept going. You do this all the time with your careers, with partnerships. There may have been a divorce. There may be things that happen. You just change your course, your path. But if you have words that are working against you, if you have a vision that you cannot see, if you are making things harder in your mind, don't you think it's going to be harder to make it all happen versus just having everything moving ahead and forging forward? It's going to be so much more fun. So, how many of you have made the decision, whether you want to be a certain weight or a certain size or have a certain feeling? How many of you have made that decision that that is happening for you? I want you to write it down for me to see. Like, yes, I've made the decision. Haven't made it. I'm making it right now. Because once you make the decision to graduate, to ask for a raise, to commit yourself to a play, to buy a house, everything else just kind of falls in place. You just make it happen, right? It doesn't matter how as much, right? As long as you know it's going to happen, then you move the energy in your life and in your mind and in your body forward. Ooh, Danielle, awesome. Christine, yes. Awesome, yes. Karen, there's no question. Yes, like some of you, here's the thing, Danielle's new. She's like, oh, wait, I'm going to make that decision right now, right? Right? Many of you have been working with me for months. You're like, yeah, of course I made that decision. I made it a long time ago. But if you maybe have been even working with me for a while and you're like, ooh, 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 I need to make that decision again. Great. Just decide. It all starts first with the decision. I'm going to graduate college. I want to be a coach. I want to be a therapist. I want to be. Do you see how your identity is wrapped up sometimes in who you want to be? I want to be a mom. I want to be a grandmother. I want to be a athlete. I want to be somebody who bikes, right? I want to be these things, right? We make these decisions. I want to be a student. And how we hear this from the time we're little, like how many times my kids have been asked, or my daughter's been asked, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? She has a picture when was in pre-K of a picture of her, and it says, I want to be a doctor, right? So it's like at that young, she's thinking about who she wants to be. Who do you want to be as a thinner, lighter, healthier you? Do you know her? Do you know that person? Do you know what she says when things get hard? Do you know how she feels? Do you know her intimately? And if you don't, I want to encourage you to start getting to know her. She's beautiful. She's powerful. She says yes to life, and there are times where she says no to food because her body's satisfied. Who is that person that you want to be? Are you clear of her? Are you like best buddies with her? Are you hanging out with her? Or does she seem like she's way far out in the distance? If she's really far out in the distance, how do you bring her in? How do you bring her in? You start being her. That's all that happens. You start being her. Not from a place of being phony or fake or acting. You don't even have to do that. You just start being her. It starts from the moment you get up. You get dressed, and what are you wearing? You think about your day. What are you doing? Who are you being? Who are you showing up as? If you were to say, this is who I want to be, and I want all of you to be thinking about being that person, okay? What would need to happen to move into the being? Not having that goal, not having her way out in the distance somewhere, not having her in another state or and in a different universe, right? But having her be right here, right? Like a little Marna sitting right here. Who is she? Are we tight or are we at a distance? Are we fighting one another? Are we boxing a lot? Or are we giving each other hugs and giving each other love? Okay? Melissa, yes, I will address that. So I want you to really think about, are you being the person that you want to be? Or are you, some of you could be making her real far out there, or villainizing her, or making her wrong, or making it too hard to be her. Don't make it hard to be that person. Don't make that person be perfect. My buddy is real. She's honest. She's fun. She likes to eat sometimes. She likes to drink sometimes. She likes to exercise sometimes. She loves walks. She loves playing with her dog. She loves decorating. She loves certain things, right? She's not fake. She's real. She has struggles and she has times where she wants to be real fun and needs to dial it in with her eating. Okay? But we're working on this together. We're not doing it as a hardship, we're doing it as a friendship. And some of you are fighting with your part of you. Some of you are making it too hard. And there's a fight and there's a pull and it's a boxing. It's like, oh no, I want to do it. No, no, I want to eat. No, I don't. Right. Sometimes it becomes a boxing match when you feel this person has to be perfect. The person who you want to be in relationship to food and your body and your weight has to be just perfect. She never gives in anything. She's just perfect. But that perfection is so hard. Do you imagine putting that pressure on that best buddy to be perfect? A perfect friend? It's too hard. It's too hard. She needs a little wiggle room. She needs a bit of play too. So working to create the person who you want to be and defining who that is essential. So make sure that you're very clear, that it's not perfect clear, that she's not this perfection that you want to put up on a table, like on a shelf, right? Because it's fake. That she's a real human being who has real wants, real needs, real desires for food, and she could really have that. And she also can really deal with her emotions too. So I want you to take a moment and just, if it's safe, if you're not driving, if you are driving, keep your eyes open and just feel into that part of you that's already there. That's within you. The success part of you that is there and within you. Just breathe that part of you in. Breathe that success in and breathe out and exhale any doubts that this cannot be manifested. Breathe in that part of you. Breathe out anything that hasn't been working for you and that part of you. Let's do it again. Just breathe that part of you in. Feel her. Allow her in. Beautiful, beautiful. Just exhale anything that's still resistant, still doesn't believe you can do it. Any thoughts or beliefs that are not serving you, just breathe those out. Beautiful. The power of being success, being that person. Remember, it took you time to accomplish a role in a play. meeting that person who you wanted to meet, getting the degree, making that money, earning that home. It took time to make that happen. Any of those goals, anything that's worth accomplishing that you really want, there's a certain level of investment. Emotionally, it could be emotionally, physically, spiritually, monetarily. It can be all these things. Are you invested? Are you invested? Is your being invested in this process? Or do you just feel invested right in this moment? And then we get off the call, it's like, meow, done. Or do you have practices that help invest you into this process? And that's what I'm always looking at creating for all of you, are practices to make thinness, health, vibrancy, vitality part of your life. Practices that work. Okay, so when you go hunting for a bright, shiny object outside of you that's somehow going to make everything better, I want you to take a moment and just connect to that successful you that's already there, that knows how to create the body, the life, the vibrancy within you. It's just right there. Connect with that part of you and then make a decision. Is that diet going to make me feel better about myself, or is it going to restrict me so much that yes, I'll lose weight, but I'll lose my mind at the same time? And so I'll binge. Or, oh, is this something, yeah, I'm going to try calorie counting again, even though the last 15 times it hasn't worked for me. Think you really want to try that again? I don't think so. I don't think that's a great idea. I think we can do better. Come back to yourself. You got it. You know, you are not dumb, right? You know there are certain foods that work better in your body than others. We don't need any diet, any program to tell us that. But what we do need to do is be looking inside of ourselves when we really want food and our bodies don't need it. What's going on there? How can I be successful? What's 1 to 2 things that I could do today to up my level of success and meet my goals, meet me where I need to go, where I want to go, where I want to be? Okay. Don't live into excuses. Don't say, yeah, but no. You've been successful. Be that person and get to know her and stop making her have to be perfect. Okay. Even if you haven't been light or lean or thin since years ago, and you're like, I don't even know if it's possible. I totally get that. Yesterday was a really good, in yesterday's podcast, you'll love it because that speaks to that, the last podcast. But if you haven't seen yourself or even know it's possible, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Any of those thoughts up to this point do not matter. They're just thoughts. Your circumstance is your circumstance right now. Those thoughts have no bearing on who you can become right now. Your past actions, no, doesn't matter. Who do you want to be? Have you made the decision? Are you stepping into her? That's all you have to keep doing. And when you go, whoop, oops, come right back. Make the decision and step right back. Okay? So let me look at questions. I know there are a few. And feel free, if you have a question, feel free, write it in the chat. I would love for you to do so. Okay. It's interesting, Kay, that you say I'm committed to improving me, but not committed to making me a priority. Weird that it's a different thing. That's okay. But I would look at why it's different. Why can't you be committed to you and make yourself a priority? What is your thought inside of making yourself a priority that doesn't feel comfortable to you? Yeah, that's awesome, Kate. Kate says, I want to be a beautiful lady at a restaurant or a party that doesn't think about food. She can leave food alone because she is not hungry, so it's not interesting. Her life is so much more fun than being consumed with food. Yes! All right, Melissa, you asked, can you address someday how to handle our confidence increase that is an outcome? Confidence has increased, but has affected relationships. Melissa, I would love to know further about how that has affected the relationship and what relationships it's affected. For sure, when you start losing weight, you start to change, especially when you're changing the inner game. So you start losing weight, but you're also changing who you're showing up as emotionally, internally. And that impacts other people. It just does. How could it not? You teach people how you want to be treated. And when you start treating yourself differently, it shifts how you want people to treat you and how you show up in the world. If it starts to negatively, I'm assuming by this question, it's negatively affecting relationships, I'd love to know how so. Because let's see if you share that. I'd love to know how so. No, I don't see it. Because when your confidence changes, everything changes. But if it's negatively affecting your relationship, then it's about having either talking through that with somebody and looking at why is that negatively affecting somebody's relationship. Is that because you're not being compassionate with where they are, or is it affecting it on the food side? I need to know more, Melissa, about how it's being affected. At 4, I wanted to be a fireman, but I had to change that, and that's okay. That's hilarious. Um, okay, any questions? This is awesome, guys. I love that you've just, Danielle, I'm so excited. In the past few days, I decided to start wearing makeup and not sloppy clothes. I can look cute now. I don't need to wait until I'm thin. Yes, great. Why do you have to wait? It's like saying to your kid, you know what? You really need to wait for my love until you get, perfect, until you become perfect. Ridiculous. Until you be the person I want you to be. No, you're going to love them now and who they become. You're not going to wait. Stop waiting to love yourself, because then you're going to be nice once you are a certain size. Now that's going to not work. It doesn't work like that. How you are I always tell you guys this, right? As you're losing weight, this is the practice of who you're becoming, and how you're speaking to yourself on the way down is going to be what helps you maintain the weight and feeling good and the weight loss that you've had. You don't get there and go, oh, I'm going to be nice now. No, it's being nice on the way down that gets you to lose weight and has you being compassionate and also firm with yourself and loving and all of those emotions. But it's crucial that you're nice on the way down, because on the way down, when you hit your goal weight, you're not going to, let me tell you, you're not going to hit your goal weight and not find one imperfection on you. You're still going to be like, oh, I got a little cellulite. Ooh, I got a little pudge there. Ooh, I don't love that. Right? But if you're practicing, ooh, I love myself. I love myself. Ooh, look how good I'm doing. Ooh, look at how great I look in this outfit. Ooh, look at my cute little tushy. Look at this. Ooh, and you do that all the way down, then when you get down to the weight you want to be, you'll still see there'll be some things that you don't love, but you'll also see so many things that you do love. And you're dressing a certain way, and you're having this element of confidence and joy and grace and beauty. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and here's the thing, it doesn't mean you have to, I mean, look at me. I don't always like do my hair. You know that. Because I can feel good being, brushing my hair, straightening my hair, wearing my workout clothes. This was what feels good and what I like wearing. But you should see the pile of clothes that I got rid of as I'm moving into my closet. We just redid my closet. For those of you who don't know, I've been redoing my bathroom and my closet's done. Oh, it's beautiful. And I just got rid of so many clothes. And you know how it is. Some clothes you're like, oh, but I got this one. And I was like, nope, I just got rid of so much. I have so much more to get rid of. And it looks and it feels amazing. Feels amazing. Amazing. Get rid of the old. How can I make this inner slim girl? How can I make the inner slim girl help me out? Paula, great question. So your inner part of you, and this is a lot of Paula. Are you in the inner circle, Paula? Paula, you might want to be in the inner circle. This is what we're talking about right now. The inner part of you, that's your inner naturally thin you, is that part of you that is already there. She's just there. So let me ask you, Paula, if you ask her, that part of you that's actually real cute and beautiful, and even though I might not know you, how can you help me out? She can help you out by what she says, how she stands, how she chooses clothes for you in the morning, how she talks to you all day long and doesn't give you that fatter chatter in your head. Oh, you're too big. You can't. No, she helps you. She says, oh, you got this. Let's try this. Let's be courageous. Let's go for it. Yeah, let's go on this walk. Come on. You can do it. Yeah, you have plenty of energy. Yeah, let's listen to something good and let's make this fun. Let's make weight loss inevitable. Right? Let's do things to help you make weight loss inevitable. She's talking in a way that feels real. And so from your question, Paula, here's what I know. I know if any of you are like, wow, how can I make that thinner part of me? How can I have her help me out? What I know is you haven't met her yet. You haven't had her define you. You haven't worked to define her. So you want to get out a piece of paper and write out, what is she thinking? How is she feeling? What is she saying? I'm sure you've taken if you haven't taken my free 3-part class, this is exactly what it does. You just go to, it's free. You just go to thinwithin.com. You'll see, take that class. It helps. And I have the documents and the worksheets to go through it. So make sure that you're clear. What is she saying? What is she feeling? What is she thinking? When you have those things laid out, that's how she's helping you all day. You're reading it. She's being that. You can read that every single day to help remind you what she needs to be saying and feeling and thinking to be that thinner, lighter, healthier, more vibrant you. And even if you say, but I've never really loved myself, it's okay. That doesn't mean anything, as that's the past. That has no bearing on now. That's just the past. That's what's happened. You get to choose what you want to happen now. Do you want to choose love? Do you want to choose power? Do you want to choose joy? And it might be just liking. Do you want to choose like? It's time to like and lean into the love. Okay? There's so much, Paula, we're excited to help you create. So much possibilities for your brain, for your body. There's so much that you can create. We just have to rewire the inner circuits of your brain that's either has never been exposed to this material, that's never practiced loving, being kind, being compassionate, being successful in this area. So many of you just need this time and the work, the inner work, to just do this work so that you can start being more compassionate, more loving, more kind to yourself. What's so cool for me to see, it's so cool for me to see those of you who have worked with me for a while and how you show up and how you speak to yourself, and those of you who are new and just starting out. And it's like, you see it, don't you guys? Don't you see the journey so beautifully? The not believing weight loss is possible, not believing you can do it, not believing in yourself, not really liking yourself, not sure, being hard on yourself. And then all of a sudden, on the other hand, love, kindness, compassion, calm, support. Still working on things, guys, still working to manifest your goals and dreams. But it's the journey. It's that beautiful inner journey that you can see, and I can see so beautifully. I'm sure all of you can see it, that just happens with keep showing up. And Paula, what's been so beautiful about you is you continue to show up. Continue to show up for yourself. Yeah, Tam, you might need to leave the past. Don't let the past define you. I mean, I should probably do a whole training next week on that. How the past is defining you. No, the past should not define you. Leave the past in the past. Who do you want to be now? Don't tell me this diet, I can't lose weight. I just heard from two people in the last couple of days who were telling me that they can't lose weight. And yet they shared with me exactly what was getting in the way. Of course they can lose weight. We just have to look at what's getting in the way and lovingly make changes to remove those obstacles. That's it. I need to leave the past. I've done the journey. Yes, you have, Miss Kate. Me too. Yep. Yeah, you can see you've done the journey. And so guess what's happened? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds lost this year. That's the range. Pretty awesome. Pretty amazing what we've seen. Pretty amazing what you've been committed to. And here's the key, and here's why that's happened. All of you keep coming back. You keep coming back to this process, to yourselves, to the learning. Whether you're with me live or whether you're listening every day or every week to the calls and to the trainings, you keep in this conversation. I've always said that losing weight and being naturally thin, like when I started interviewing the naturally thin and I was like, oh, what do they do? How do they do it? It's a conversation. It's a language. It's like I had to plop on their head and start learning this whole language instead of the language of French or Spanish. It's this language of the naturally thin. And the more you keep using this language, the more you see your mind changing, your body changing, and you see the results. So keep in the language, keep staying in the conversation because it works. It works. It works. You're welcome, Miss Michelle. Okay, so are you clear about what you can do? We're going to hop off this call. We're going to hop off this time together. And what I don't want to see happen is you're like, okay, go back to my life, not thinking about this. I want you to be thinking about you are already successful. You already have those tools. Keep being aware of your tools. Keep acknowledging them. Keep fine-tuning them as it relates to weight and your body. Are you recognizing? See, here's the thing. In school, we'd get an A, right? Or a B. And we'd be like, woohoo, I got an A or B. And then that would be kind of motivating. With weight loss, we kind of lose a pound or two and go, woo, that's kind of motivating. And I want to keep going. And I want to keep going. And I want to keep going. But what happens when you get an F? What happens if you gain a couple pounds? Don't feel as good, does it? A little more painful. But you don't give up. I didn't give up because Chem 1111 wasn't my thing. I just pivoted and I kept going. I looked at it and I said, okay, I didn't make it mean that I was terrible and a horrible human being. I just kept moving forward. Okay? Same thing. Don't give up on yourself if you have an overeat or a binge or you do something that doesn't align with who you want to be. Just look at it, get clear, and boom, get right back into action. For those of you who are in accountability groups in Marco Polo accountability groups, make sure that you are using the group for accountability. 1 minute, speak for 1 minute, not 2, not 3. Don't give your whole life story. No, it's not fair to your members. Your members are there to hold you accountable. In your accountability groups, share what you need to share. Tell yourself, share with the group how you want to hold yourself accountable or how you're going to hold yourself accountable and move on. Okay? Listen, celebrate, and when it doesn't work, you can share that it didn't work and then recorrect. Accountability groups. We're not in therapy groups. We're in accountability groups to get you having the body that you absolutely are wanting to create. And I can make that happen for you. The accountability groups help you get there by holding yourself accountable every day to make it happen. Okay? I give you the tools. You step into the action of it. And that's what the accountability groups is for. Not therapy. No woe is me. None of that. You're going to be positive, powerful, and share. I'm not saying you can't be real and say this didn't work, but then get recommitted to what you're going to make work. 1 minute. Okay? All right. You are very welcome, Miss Lisa. What else can I help you with? Any questions before we go? Any questions for me? Nope. All right, everybody. All right. All right. Have yourself an amazing, amazing day. You are so welcome, Paula. I am so glad you keep showing up. It is such a pleasure to see you every week showing up for yourself. Keep it up. Keep it up. If you want more, this is for you. This is everybody. If you want more, there is an opportunity to be part of my inner circle. We do this same type of work on Monday. We just go a little deeper. Monday and Friday. And then I also do coaching where we get on Zoom and I'm like, all right, everybody, throw your questions at me one at a time. What do you want? What do you need? We do that. Okay? There's opportunity for that if you need that. I take the call today, and what I do is I'll post it on my podcast for tomorrow. So for those of you who come live, you get it early. You join me now. And then I'll post it. But I will also post a link if you would like to be part of the inner circle. All right? All right, everybody. Talk to y'all soon, and I cannot wait to see all of you tonight. Bye, everybody.